There's a saying in English that goes, "Nothing is certain except for death and taxes." Today, we're going to talk about the first one. Death is a topic that no one wants to talk about. But sooner or later, we are all going to have to face it. Whether it's the death of a family member or a friend. Believe it or not, foreign friends also experience death. So it's probably a good idea to learn a few basic things about the topic in case you ever have to console an English-speaking friend. The first thing we need to know is how to respond to someone who tells us that a close friend or family member has died. There are two common ways to say this. First, "I am so sorry for your loss." And the second, "My condolences to you and your family." The first sentence is expressing sadness about the news that you have heard and recognition that is very difficult for the person to deal with the situation. The second is an expression of sympathy for the family regarding the loss of their family member. The second thing to be aware of is that when we mention death, we often use other words to express this in a gentler way. The most common expression used is "pass away." Example, "I was shocked when he told me his father passed away." Another less commonly used phrase is "left us." This is often used by the family themselves. Example, "He left us on July 18th at 8 a.m. There are other special words and phrases that describe the process that happens after someone has died. When a person dies alone with no one witnessing it, we say that when someone discovers the person, that they are found dead. Example, "The singer was found dead in his apartment this morning." In a situation in which a person is found dead, it is important to understand how the person died. This is called the cause of death, which may or may not be clear when he is found. Example, "The cause of death was an apparent drug overdose." The cause of death is still unknown. In the first sentence, "apparent" is used, perhaps because we found a bottle of pills nearby, but we cannot be sure until an official pronouncement is made. To determine the true cause of death, a medical examiner is called to the scene of the death, or the body is taken to the laboratory to be checked out. Example, the medical examiner was called to the scene to determine if the death was accidental or not. After the cause of death has been confirmed and the family is satisfied, the body is taken to a funeral home to prepare for its final resting place, to do the paperwork necessary for this process, and also prepare for a funeral service, a time in which people can come to view the body and people can come together and celebrate the life of the dead person. Dead bodies are either prepared for burial, meaning to be put in a hole in the ground, or cremation, which means to be burned and the ashes given to the family. In either case, the body is first placed into a coffin where the body can be viewed by the public and also can be placed in the hole in the ground. Admittedly, this topic is one you probably don't want to talk about. However, as we mentioned in the opening, it is a certain thing. But in fact, death is not the end, but it is the beginning of a whole new life. If you would like to talk about this in more detail, please send me an email and let me know at this address. I would be happy to talk to you more about this subject. If you are seeing this part of the video, thank you for sticking around until the end. Please let me know if this information was helpful to you. Bye-bye.